no, that was a huge one again. Like I said in the presentation, just yeah, I didn't know about it until I was there, and it was just like it made so much sense. And as I guess like my interests in planning are there as well through architecture and just the way, yeah, it did. I guess like it brought community together, like the community to protect the old rail. They had an identity. They used to rail in all this meat and like that history, like to just junk that and lose that element. Whereas someone just had this bright idea. Like I took it in that presentation. That's what's cool about it. Is like there was a bit of the rail track just left and wasn't landscaped, wasn't touched, and you saw the weeds growing on it. Right? You saw the natural wilderness that was already there.
Sure.
So I could imagine people growing up in that district would climb up and walk along through these parklands without them being official parklands.
Yeah, right.
And that's when it was just the peripheral space. And that's what I love doing in Perth. I love finding those spots where you're not meant to be there, but they're there to be, I guess, like... there's no reason to be there other than to experience the natural and
just to be.
That's it. You and nature, and you're in a city, you're surrounded by people, but you find, I guess, yourself there. And that's what I can imagine it was, and that they're the people that got together and said we need to save this.
Yeah.
So that's passing that on.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess what they did, they've achieved such amazing outcomes from it, both environmentally and socially as well. And I mean, also financially and all those sort of things.
That's it. And that's the one that sells.
It is, isn't it? Isn't that unfortunate though? Like in a way, I mean, I guess you just have to play the game. That's what it is. But we have to like, whenever we feel like we want to preserve something or, something natural, whether it's trees or parkland areas, rivers, etc., we need to associate it with a financial outcome for it to actually be passed. And it's a little bit unfortunate we have to do that, but I guess that's the, reality we find ourselves in.
Yeah, that's what makes us awake versus dreaming, I guess. Like that you got to watch that number roll in your account. But and like I guess I'm an idealist. I've worked for, I guess, like I've been lucky enough to work with an architect who, while I was working with him, sort of like started his flagship in development. And so now he's pretty much a full-time developer, having been an architect, but still with that architect's mind. And his project was the first in Perth to like really sell and market using sustainability and green systems integrated into his building.
Interesting. Where is this?
So this is on the edge of the freeway in Mount Street.
Oh, okay. The one that, anyone living in Perth, I'm sure you know of it. You've driven past it with a massive green wall. And, the circle windows. Something that you worked on.
So like I originally was talking to a graffiti artist to do a big mural. Right. But that particular artist was a bit flaky.
Okay.
And my boss is like, go with the AstroTurf. And I was like, But it actually worked out because he was insistent on having ivy. I wanted to put the hardened Bergier in there, and it would have done well as well with some like steel grading.
Sure.
But he's like, no, the ivy. I trust the ivy. That'll last forever.
It is a hardy plant.
It is a hardy plant. But like it's a noxious weed if it gets in, and like it can get through the cracks and start causing a bit of structural damage.
Sure.
But the AstroTurf actually prevents the ivy from rooting on.
Right, okay.
So it's like, so the ivy is growing long and dangling, but it's not actually able to get those feet attached to it. Right. So it's kind of worked out well in that regard.
Interesting. Yeah, not like you'd see in a typical brick wall or concrete wall where it just latches itself and really gets ingrained into it. It has a different form to it because it can't root itself. No, that's interesting.
It is interesting. But so that was the start. And still done a bit more work with him, a few other developments. And again, it's always that, like, since I also went back to uni after finishing my architecture degree, because I did my thesis on how to prevent sprawl. based in sustainability and building open and elevated, I guess, architecture. And yeah, went back and did a bit of teaching at uni, and then got this guest lecture from Peter Newman, and basically everything Peter Newman said was what I'd learnt in doing my final thesis project for architecture. And I'm like, I got to study under this guy. I got to answer these questions I have.
Yep.
And going back to study that Curtin University of Sustainability Policy. So it was a master's degree in climate. Masters in Sustainability and Climate Policy was the name of the course. And so, yeah, that's what, I guess, sparked my understanding and interest in policy. And that's why, I guess, we're doing this Biophilic Cities Perth, and is to, like, create, I guess, a discussion and then push that discussion on to those who can actually write it into paper and, I guess, say, we need to have these things because they make sense.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, yeah.